Hello friends, welcome back to our biology class. Today we are going to explore something very exciting. Yes, flowers as the reproductive units of plants. Yes, the same flowers we enjoy for their beauty, roses, sunflowers, lilies, are actually the organs of sexual reproduction in plants. Isn't that amazing? In flowering plants, or you may say angiosperms, reproduction happens when the male gamete from pollen fuses with the female gamete in the ovule, and that's how we get seeds and fruits like apples, mangoes, and even watermelons. So, let's get started. So, why are flowers important? Flowers are not just pretty decorations, they help plants to produce seeds and fruits, attracts pollinators like bees, butterflies, and even birds, and of course provide us with food because most fruits, vegetables, and grains start as a flowers. Now let's understand the structure of a flower. A flower is made up of four concentric whorls. Imagine them as a four protective rings, in which first is calyx, or they are also called as sepals. These are usually green and leaf-like structure. Their main job is to protect the flower bud before it blooms. For example, next time you see a hibiscus flower, look at the small green leaf-like parts at the base. Those are the sepals. Next is corolla, the colorful petals. They are like advertisements in the nature. Their bright colors and sweet fragrance attract the pollinators. Think about roses, sunflowers, or lotus. Their beauty is not just for us, it's mainly to invite the bees and butterflies, which will help in pollination. Next is Androecium, the male reproductive part of the flower. It is made up of stamens, and each stamen has two parts, a filament and an anther. The anther produces pollen grains, which are the male gametes. You can actually clearly see this in a lily flower. The yellow powder on the tips is pollen. Finally, we have the Gynoecium, the female reproductive part. It has three parts: stigma, style, and ovary. The stigma is like a sticky landing pad for pollens. The style is a tube through which pollen travels, and the ovary is where ovules are present. So, after fertilization, the ovary develops into a fruit, just like a mango or a tomato. Now let's take a closer look at the structure of a flower with the help of this diagram. You can see here that the flower is divided into two main reproductive parts, the androecium or the male part and the gynoecium, or you may call female part. So first is androecium, which is the male part of the flower. On the left side, notice the anther. This is where pollen grains are produced, which contain the male gametes. Holding the anther is a stalk called the filament. Its job is simply to support the anther and hold it upright, which will help in the pollination process. Next is gynoecium, the female part. Now look to the right side. At the very top is the stigma. This is sticky, so it can easily capture the pollen grains. This stigma is connected to the ovary through a long tube called style. Inside the ovary are the ovules, and once fertilization happens, these ovules develop into the seeds. The ovary itself grows into a fruit like a mango or tomato. Outside these reproductive structures, we also have the sepals and petals, which are non-reproductive parts. Sepals are the green protective leaf-like parts that cover the bud before it opens, and petals are the colorful parts of the flower, and their main role is to attract the pollinators like bees and butterflies. So in short, this diagram shows us how beautifully flowers are designed, with outer layers like sepals and petals for protection and attraction, and inner layers like androecium, gynoecium for reproduction. Every part has its role, and together they make sure the plant can continue its life cycle. Now, flowers can be of two types, that is bisexual and unisexual. A bisexual flower has both male and female parts. For example, hibiscus, mustard, and lily flowers. That means a single flower has everything in it that needed for reproduction. And on the other hand, unisexual flowers have either stamens or carpels, but not the both. For example, in papaya, watermelon, and pumpkin plants, some flowers are male and some are female. This is why farmers must have both male and female papaya trees, otherwise no fruits will grow. Now let's connect this to real life by the examples. Mango, apple and tomato fruits all develop from ovaries. Watermelon, pumpkins and papaya have separate male and female flowers, which is why farmers often hand pollinate them to ensure good fruiting. Next, sunflowers and roses attract pollinators with their bright petals. Now, here is a quick recap for you all. Flowers are the reproductive structures with 4 whorls: Calyx, Corolla, Androecium and Gynoecium. The female part, which is called as Gynoecium or also called as pistil, is composed of style, stigma and ovary, and the male part, which is called as Androecium or stamen, is composed of anther and filament, and accessory parts include petals, that is corolla, and sepals, that is calyx. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the secret life of flowers, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends and subscribe for the next part where we will explore the pollination and fertilization in plants. Until then, keep observing the flowers around you. They are busier than you think.